Hey everyone, and in today's video, we're going to walk through how to build out the estimated time window appointment reminders inside of Go High Level. And if you're working with service-based businesses or you are a service-based business, this is really important for you because you're not always able to actually show up to an appointment when you're working out in the field. There's traffic, there's things that could go wrong at a job that you're on or your techs, that your technicians are on. And so we understand that. And we understand that because I own a moving company. That's one of the brick and mortar businesses that I own, along with some others. And so we actually had built this out originally for ourselves internally. And then we started using it for our clients as well that we have on GHL. So we're going to switch over to this here, and I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like. So first and foremost, what you're going to do is we're going to come into the automation section. I'm just going to walk you through what the build looks like. So again, this is going to be for anyone using High Level, working with service-based businesses, and they need to be able to utilize the calendar system and make sure that they're sending out estimated times of arrival. So a lot of times they'll work off like appointment time windows. So for example, like it could be 8 a.m. to noon, noon to 4 p.m., or sometimes they work off multiple intervals, like an 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., 10 a.m. to noon, something like that. So I'll show you how we built this out. Now, again, we built this out originally for our moving company. So we'll open this up here, show you what we got. And so the time windows, we had 3 time windows for our moving company. And so we operated off of essentially an 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. time window, a 10 a.m. to, and actually this technically was a 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. With our moving company, and then a 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and a 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. But in our actual messaging, we said 6 p.m. So what we did is, first and foremost, it would always be based off of a appointment. So an appointment being scheduled and confirmed on the actual calendar. Now from there, it would update the opportunity or pipeline stage. And then the next thing is we had to have this internal or this custom field that we called internal appointment time. Now, the reason why we needed this is because we needed to put the start time of the job into this field, so then we could look at that field when we're going through these if statements that we have here. So one of the things that comes with this snapshot is we have to have this custom field. So we put that appointment start time, update that custom field there. Then we have our time windows. Okay. Now our time windows, again, we personally broke them down into 3 time windows. Now, again, I know you can come in and you can adjust this to whatever works for the service-based business you're working for or for your own company. Like I said, some companies do like a 8 to noon, noon to 4, whatever that looks like. But how this worked then is inside of the if else action, we broke the branches down into the different time windows. And then the time windows, we had to manually map this out. So it'd be 5 a.m., 5:15. So it's looking at this custom field that we had tied to the contact. And again, we're updating that custom field with the actual start time that we put on the calendar. So for example, in the calendar, when we were booking a job, we would just put that start time usually anywhere between 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. if we had to be there between that first time window. So when someone's scheduling on here, they would just put the job start time on the calendar in between whatever that time window is. And then when it runs through here, it's going to send reminders to your customer saying that you will be there within that time gap. So this one, again, we had this going all the way back to 5 a.m. Now, again, this was for our moving company. Reason being is sometimes we had jobs that were, long distance, a few hours away from our terminal. And so there would be times where we'd have to leave at 5 a.m. in the morning just to get there, to be on site within that time window. So you can see that this goes by 15-minute increments. We set the calendar to be able to book in 15-minute increments within the system. And then that goes all the way to 9:45. Anything between 9:45 in terms of the start time on the calendar will then fall in between that initial time window, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then we have time window 2. This was our 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. time window. So from here, you'll be able to go from 10 a.m. and this goes again all the way to 1:45. Now, you'll see that we don't go all the way. We don't include 2 p.m. Exactly in this time window. And that's because if we're going to be there at 2 p.m., then that means we're going to be falling between that 2 p.m. To 4 p.m. time window. And then time window 3, we have 2 p.m. to 7. But of course, this goes all the way to 6:45. So that is how we broke that down. Now from here, now we move into the actual sequences, the emails, etc. So for us personally, we always had email like reminders of the upcoming job. And that was 3 days prior, 2 days prior, 24 hours prior. So that's how we did our appointment reminders. And so email 1, right? Super simple. Your appointment's confirmed. And then in here, you'll see that this appointment time window, it has a custom value now, not a custom field, but a custom value. Now, the reason why we built in a custom value is to make it so that it was really easy to switch the time frames if we needed to adjust our time windows. So, and I'll show you what this looks like here. We'll pop out of the workflow and go over to the custom values and what we have in here. But inside the custom values, then what we had is we would have, in this example, this would be 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., right? So that would be time window 1. And then we would have go down to time window 2, right? Here's the custom value for time window 2. So then this one in the custom value section would say 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then so on and so forth. Now, again, the reason why we use these custom values is to make it very easy to update. For example, we ended up using this same workflow for customers in other service-based industries where their time window they might have had 2 time windows that they worked within, and that would have been like an 8 a.m. to noon and a noon to 4 p.m. And so this allowed us to make this adjustment really easy without having to come in and update every single point of automation here, because all these automations now have this custom value. And so again, just makes it super easy to update. Now let's go back here and I'll show you the other things. So first and foremost, right, we had the custom field that you needed to import, or not import, but to autofill and update with the actual start time of the move job, or the job that was put on the calendar. That way it could fall into the right category. And so we go into our custom fields and we just add that into additional information. So that's this custom field right here. And then we have our custom values, and those are in the folder of our appointment time windows. And so you can see we have these filled out just very simple like this. That way these will populate into the into the actual messaging when it starts to go out and it runs down that specific path. So real simple, guys. This is how we built this out. We kept it pretty simple. I know it's a workaround since High Level does not officially, they don't officially have like the ability to do time window booking. And so this is just the workaround that we found to do that. And it's really simple, just by having this look at the time that's put on the calendar. So you can put it for any time, and then whatever time that is on the calendar, it's going to look at that time because that time is being put in this custom field. Reads that custom field, looks at the time, sends it down the right path for the correct time window, and voila, now you have appointment-based time window reminders. So that's how you build this within GHL. Now, if you want this snapshot, we are giving this away for free. You can actually, if you join our free community, we will have this snapshot in there along with, this video and a PDF guide just on how it works, how you can update it and change it for yourself. The link's down below in the description if you want to join the free community. And again, you'll be able to find that in there. Now, all you got to do is go into the community, copy and paste the title of this YouTube video, and it will take you straight to it. So other than that, guys, if you got questions, leave them in the comments or join us in the free community so you can download this. You'll have it yourself. You can use it for your customers or your own business, and we'll see you next time.